My name is Alexandria Evans, and the piece I'll be reading is The Scariest Place I Know. As I continued to pack the brown boxes with Christmas decorations, I couldn't seem to find the packaging tape. As I approached my grandpa asking where to find it, he quickly responded with, "The basement." Rather than walking down the short staircase to the cold, dark room, I decided to start a new project. As I took the ornaments off the tree, I felt as if I was pulling memories from each year we spent in that house. It was tradition to spend the holiday at my grandparents' house, and I liked it that way. The entire family came together, including my grandparents' plethora of grandchildren. I wasn't sure how Christmas was going to go that year. My grandma had passed away just 2 days before, so I didn't expect the family to gather at their house still filled with medicine and medical documents. What I can tell you is that it wasn't the same. Christmas was never the same again. The family never got together in that house again on the 25th because the spiritual expert of the holiday wasn't there anymore. My grandparents owned a small cottage-like house that sits in a quiet neighborhood. The inside is decorated like most houses owned by someone over 70, and the wallpaper from the 80s is still holding strong. The house is comfortable and welcoming, but the one place I can never step foot in is the basement. The steep steps lead to a dark room with a bar and a pool table. Though that floor of the house is completely finished, there's something about it that doesn't feel right. As a child, I never stepped foot down there unless my grandma was taking me down there to watch a movie. Though the room seemed like a man cave, a small part was sectioned off for a movie area. This was the only part of the basement that my grandma had decorated, and it was a comforting space. She would sit with me for hours and watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas on repeat, even in the blazing months of July. I haven't stepped in that basement since my grandma passed away. I was only 9 years old, and at the time I couldn't process death in the right way. Though I was scared of the basement because it was cold, dark, and filled with monsters, I think I was even more scared that going down there would force me to accept reality, to move from the stage of denial to the stage of acceptance. The most challenging part of the stages of grief is moving from one stage to the next. When losing a loved one, each day seems more real, and with that comes more pain. Though I still avoid going into that basement at all costs, I've come to terms with losing her. Going into their house flashes my mind back to running around with her and playing games, and I overthink that going into that basement will bring back memories too vulnerable to handle. As I look down the stairs into the dark abyss, I always hesitate to take the first step. Many would tell me that it's just a basement, but my reply is that it's not the basement that I'm scared of. It's the feeling that will overcome me that keeps me from going down there. Though I was only 9 years old when my grandmother passed away, it feels like just yesterday my parents sat me down to tell me the news. My mom didn't deserve to lose her mother so young. My grandpa didn't deserve to lose the one he had shared his life with for the past 54 years. Though that basement was just a pool table, a bar, and a television, it reminds me of the first time I ever felt true pain. The first time I ever felt true grief. It is the scariest place I know.